Thank you for joining us this morning once again. Do I call it the reverberation? The rage, the sinusoidal sign refuses to go away because it's continuous. Since Trump made those tweets, it's become something that Nigerians from all corners, even our brothers and sisters in diaspora, have become concerned about. Let's make this thing very clear. I said it yesterday. International Religious Freedom Act is not a law that was passed through the National Assembly of Nigeria that we have. So it is not a Nigerian law. It is a law that was passed by American Congress. So its enforcement is on America. So, and it doesn't have to concern Nigeria. The enforcement of that law have only concerned Nigeria because we happen to fall in line with obstruction against that law, which is harboring terrorism. And also now affiliated to what they call religious persecution. Does it have to happen? No. If we do not have where it looks as the state has been silent, oftentimes being too calm, using kids' gloves in treating terrorism, we do not need to be making this discussion. I don't think Ghana is talking about this. I don't think even the Republic of Benin is talking about this. So we brought it on us. And also what you have to understand, our emotions or how we want it done is immaterial because it's an American law. An American law will be enforced by American president based on their law. Before we go ahead with this discussion, I want us to listen to a video so that from a VOP TV.
Have kidnapped any Muslim girl because of her faith, yet we kept quiet. Have you talked? Did you say anything? Somebody woke up one day. Provocative statements that can cause problems, yet we kept quiet. Moses, did you read that? Did you say anything? Is it not hard to show tolerance?
Okay.
So why can't our Muslim brothers do the same thing? Sorry. So that Nigeria will live in peace?
Before we come, sorry please, I want you to land on your thoughts.
Yeah, they do the same thing. And see whether this place whether America will even look at us, not to talk of placing it on CPC. That's what we are saying here. It is because of the actions and statements of leaders that have caused the problem. They should not deny it. Yet they still want to blame us for what they have caused. They still want to blame us to Moses. How do you take that? Is that not an insult? Right. You are talking of America insulting, but you insulted us. When you told us that, or except you agree with the bandits, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Moses, can you beat that? And it's because of this statement, that's why Saudi Arabia could not tolerate you. They declared you persona non grata. Saudi Arabia, the seat of Islamic Caliphate, they could not tolerate you. But here, you tell us all manner of things, you do all manner of things, and you get away with it.
All right. You know, you just heard from Barrister Aguomo there, and you begin to wonder how serious we are with what we are doing. How are we linking ourselves to be in contravention of an international law when we know that Americans are going to enforce their laws because it is their law? Let me listen to you.
Okay, so American laws made in America are primarily for Americans and not for Nigerians.
Yes.
My take. And America is signed to the United Nations Treaty, which Nigeria too is signed in, that another nation doesn't have the right to invade another country. Exactly. So upon that stand, America doesn't have the right to invade Nigeria. Yeah. But not just only that they don't have a right. I don't think America will try to invade Nigeria in this respect, because within every state, whether in the north or in the south or in the west, where everybody lives, we have both Muslims, we have both Christians. So at that point in time, who are you going to be killing? Now, I think what the Nigerian government has done, they've played politics. Whether Buhari's government, this present government, they played a lot of politics with Nigerian people. they select based on religion, ethnicity, and who they want to do with. Of course, all of us have agreed that the rate to which the present government is making appointment by only Yoruba race is wrong. It should be according to how qualified you are. But to take precedent and say the former president did the other side when he was president, we continue like this. Now, if we want to stand against terrorism, we talked about how...
If we want to, so mean we are not even standing against terrorism.
That's my point.
That's right. And that's where you are now at odds with a country that doesn't want terrorism.
Exactly.
Because their belief is that the terrorism doesn't need to be, there is gestation period of terrorism. The cells doesn't need to be international. It doesn't need to be national. It doesn't need to be anywhere. It just needs to exist at all. So the cell, for example, doesn't need to be inside America.
Exactly.
If America is aware that you are in Venezuela, that you are in Ghana, plotting against that, they are going to come and attack you.
Exactly.
And you are aware of that?
I'm aware of that very well. Now, when we look at it from this perspective, now, there's what the former CDS told us, that's Chris Musa.
Yeah.
He said, look, there are things we must look at. Arms are not manufactured in Africa. They're manufactured in the West, mostly. Where does the financing of terrorism comes from? One of the things we must do is nipping the finances of terrorists. AK-47 is not 10,000 naira. It's not 50,000 naira. It's not 100,000 naira. It's not even 1 million as we speak. It's expensive for it to be like water on the street. The government that we have told us they want to name these supporters or people that are supporting terrorism in Nigeria. Have they ever done that? If this call by the Americans make our people to wake up, stand up, and said, we will face this thing, maybe this is what it's supposed to do.
Gumi was talking about being careful with them. They are like brain cell, have to be careful. But those who stole goat are in Kuje prison. Those who even do them, maybe minor crimes are in Kuje prison. But those killing our women, raping them, sacking villages, we need to be careful with them. What kind of nonsensical statement is that?
Gumi as a person.
Remember that Gumi himself has been banned from entering Saudi Arabia.
Gumi as a person, like the question, each time the name Gumi is mentioned to me, I always ask the question, who is Gumi? And what is his antecedent? What is his track records? How do we remember him, or what do we know him for? Gumi as a person, like you rightly pointed out, he claimed to be an Islamic scholar. Cleric. Islamic, as we know it, has its root in Saudi Arabia. Gumi has been banned and declared personal non grata in Saudi Arabia, where he proclaimed that he's a cleric of their religion. Gumi is known in this country hobnobbing with criminals, with the terrorists in their hideout in the forest. Gumi is known collecting, handouts and what do you call it? What they pay to
ransom
to on behalf of the terrorists. So what Gumi is saying, in essence, is protecting his business. Now look, this is my business. You don't have to come and destroy my business. That if you think I'm not doing my business properly, be patient with me. I will perfect my business. How do you want to perfect his business? To spread terrorism all over the country and then let it become a part of our system. When you said what right has America to come over Nigeria? No, Nigeria is a sovereign nation.
No, that's what
I'm responding to. It baffled me because if America has law, for instance, they said he who paid the price, the tones of the piper, the players, whatever. If Nigeria is not to receive handouts from America, aid from America, America has the responsibility to know how those aid are being used, how they are being put into place. Because the aids they give to Nigeria in the first place is to better the life of Nigerians. And if America find out the aid, because it is the same law that America made that is for America, that give the right to America to give aid to Nigeria. That same law America made for America that make America to say that if there an act of terrorism in Nigeria, they have the right to intervene to stem that terrorism. So in this case, where America has said, look, there's genocide of Christians or of Nigerians, let's not, because Muslims are big key too. There's genocide. We all agreed. In the north, you have Muslim and Christian. Yes, the Christians form the bulk of those who have been killed. Muslims have been killed. Those who believe in African religion have been killed. So America is trying to preserve life by their law. And if Nigeria sign into the international treaty, which America is also signatory to, that give America that right to exercise or rather to enforce their law where they feel there's a threat to or danger to life, then Nigeria should be exempted. We should at this point at our sovereign nation. It is in this country that the northern element reported Goodluck Jonathan because Jonathan is taking a decisive step internally to stem terrorism, Boko Haram, against the then chief of army staff, a person of Ejirika. And they said the Jonathan is committing genocide against the northerners. And as at that point, those who are clamoring, saying that Nigeria is a sovereign nation, never put it to their mind that Nigeria is a sovereign nation. They don't need to report Jonathan before they can solve that problem. So if you can report Jonathan to ICC and all of that Jonathan is committing genocide, I don't see anything wrong with America saying, if America on their own detect by data available to them that there's genocide in Nigeria, they should move in.
Okay, Kisla, I wanted to come to you with this. If you, in your sovereign country, you are manufacturing, let me put it this way. Sovereignty doesn't give you right to harbor terrorism.
No.
So when you harbor terrorism and you are not ready to do anything, what would the world do?
Okay, so what the world do is to seek collaboration
with you, and you are not ready.
No, hold on.
I say you are not ready.
The first of all is international politics. You seek collaboration.
When they seek and you are not ready. Let me put your record. There is record.
Yes.
Published.
Yes.
That this American government during Buhari's time tried to help Buhari.
Yes.
Buhari said no. That who told them that we needed help.
Okay.
So when such failed, they now waited.
Yes.
This man has come.
Yes.
Nothing. This thing didn't start now. Let me tell you, in the words of Bayo Onanuga, he went as you go and check his tweet 2 days ago. He said this thing started 2009.
But you have asked me a question.
Yeah.
Let me
so
answer.
When the country where terrorism is going on refuses to cooperate,
yes,
and they refuse to take step against terrorism, what will the world do?
So the world, not America.
The world.
Yeah. The world will
even America is inclusive of the world.
Exactly. But this one is not being made by the world already.
Anybody can.
But this one is by America.
Yeah.
So what they will do is to make sure they trace the terrorism and deal with the terrorists.
That's what they want to do. They didn't say they want to invade Nigeria. Hold on.
No, let me finish with your answer. Now, when they trace the terrorists, first of all, I mentioned something. First of all, trace where they get their arms from and stop the arms. Hold on now.
You are not answering my question.
I'm answering your question.
The Americans didn't tell you they don't know where they get the arms from.
So they should deal with that first.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing they should deal with. Number two, international financing of terrorism.
Yeah.
They know where the money is coming from. They all know where the money is coming from.
Tell you something?
There are people that are lying for these things.
Can I tell you something?
Number three, you see, what we have in our country that we need to deal with, that I'm happy that the Americans are speaking about, is the fact that we have had failed leadership.
Hold on.
And the leadership is what they need to deal with. Now, if they
so do you want America to get involved in regime change in Nigeria?
They've always done that.
So you want them to continue with that?
See, let me tell you something.
If you believe they have always done that.
Hold on.
So you want them to change?
I'm looking at the fact of where the Nigerians they want to protect will not suffer. We don't want to be like. We don't want to be like.
You're not.
I don't want to be like Sudan.
You are not getting it.
No. I don't want to be like Libya.
Hold on. You are so scared of what has not happened.
Okay.
Let me tell you, the International Religious Freedom Act, I have not seen in words where it actually authorizes America to use lethal powers or lethal weapon. I've not seen it in words.
Exactly.
I do know they can use some sanctions. They can use some non-economic means. They can use economic. That's what I've seen.
Exactly.
But I do know that in the end, when it is terrorism, I do know that no matter where it is being harbored, if they confirm that this is terrorism and it is against American interests or any other country's interest, issue of your your sovereignty gets broken. That's where war starts. So if you don't want war, you want peace with your neighbor, you have to live in harmony. And how do you live in harmony? Is by doing those things that will not harm them. Because if you are here, if you have a base, a terrorist base here, where they will spill over and attack Republic of Benin, Republic of Benin, for them to deal with that problem, they need to deal with the base. Now you are talking of them dealing with the country where the arm is being manufactured. What if that arm is not being manufactured in America? They still need to go into those people's sovereignty. Hold on.
No, because you have not allowed me to speak.
No, you have spoken. I'm just responding to you. Yeah.
No, let me finish.
Okay, what if that arm is being manufactured in Chad or in Nigeria?
Now, if it's manufactured in Chad,
yes,
they also still have a lot of operations.
Chad has sovereignty.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying.
Chad has sovereignty.
No, hold on. Yeah. Now, when
it's manufactured in Chad, what will America do, for example? Because Chad has sovereignty.
So let me answer now. You have not allowed me to answer. Now, when Chad has sovereignty and other countries that borders Nigeria have sovereignty, like you said, there are a lot of things they can do.
Tell us.
The things they can do is what's it called? They make sure that our oil doesn't go out. They are banning of a lot of
which
things.
Oil? Hold on.
Okay,
what do you mean by our oil?
Okay,
what do you mean by our oil? I said if the arm is manufactured in Chad,
you see,
hold on. Chad has sovereignty. What will America do? Because nobody can get to Chad. Nigeria can't tell Chad what to do. Chad has sovereignty. Nobody's going to tell Chad what to do. What will the world do?
So let me answer.
I'm giving you all the time.
No, you are not giving me time.
Say.
Okay, so let me talk. So now, sanctions is what we know that they do. Number one is sanctions. America has not gone into Russia to make sure Russia stops its bombardment of Ukraine. Sanctions is what they do. The Western countries, sanctions is what they do. If they have aids to Nigeria, hold on now, let me finish. They have sanctions to which they make sure that aids doesn't come to Nigeria anymore. I've said it. The problem we have is more of looking at Nigeria.
All right. Before we continue, there's a video I also want us to look at to have a little link about where they are getting all these connections. Let's take a listen at that video.
I see this thing as gaslighting. In office, Jonathan had to bring General Ihejirika, who gave Boko Haram hair. He was chasing them bumper to. In fact, it was Ihejirika that identified Sambisa Forest, where he chased them into. Moses, what happened? Northern leader started writing petition against Jonathan, sending letter to ICC, to America, to everybody, that Jonathan want to do genocide, though. He want to retaliate what they did to them during the war. Is that not what happened here in Nigeria? For a people who wanted this thing to end, wouldn't you have encouraged Jonathan in what he was doing? Please, somebody should answer me.
Yes, I will.
Good, I'm coming. Please, I'm coming.
I will answer you.
Yes, I'm coming. Now, Jonathan had to withdraw Ihejirika, and the thing now escalated under Buhari. Again, listen, if these people meant well, why are they spreading from the whole north now? They are coming to the south. Initially, they told us it was herdsmen. They were looking for grazing. Now, the whole thing has spread all over Nigeria. Is there any state in Nigeria today that is not expressing this thing? So what's the meaning? They want us to believe in what they are doing, Abi. They want us to believe in terrorism so that we cannot live. Is that what they are telling me? No, tell me. So pampering these people is a no-no for me.
Okay.
They shouldn't spread this in all over Nigeria.
Let's have your response.
I think there is a miscommunication between North and the South. There's a missing gap. Ehejirika, we are there, we are here. Ehejirika, in fact, I had a lady from Maiduguri saying, it's over the news, that we prefer Boko Haram to what the army was doing in Maiduguri. They were killing innocent people. It was very merciless, killing innocent people. That's why the northern states was all united that this man must go. Because you see, you need to follow these things systematically, slowly, gently, just like treating a brain cancer. If you go in there with roughness, you will kill the patient. But you have to be very delicate trying to extract the cancer.
All right. These are worrisome things to listen to.
Can I talk about Gumi? You see,
don't talk about.
I want to talk about Gumi.
Yeah.
When we see problems from its root, we need to cut it short. Until
when we refuse to cut, when we refuse, that we are unable to cut it short.
That's where a lot of things from the international community come.
That's right.
And let me ask you something, Okafor. This international community, where have they been in the last 16 years?
Yes, they have been monitoring you to prevent them from doing what you are scared of.
For 16 years?
Hold on.
For 16 years?
What you are scared of, which is another country coming to detect for us, is what we don't want, and that is what has been preventing them. There's crisis all over the world. There's no country that is perfect.
When there's a international community aided and abetted the APC from coming into governance in Nigeria.
Can I talk to you? Are you against Trump making this statement?
Because we are a sovereign country.
So he should allow.
No, it should not. They should not prepare. It should not be a military intervention.
No, it is. Leave the military.
He mentioned that the American military should prepare.
I said the entire statement. Do you because you just blame them for being quiet for 16 years.
Yes.
Now a president has spoken.
Yes.
Do you still blame him?
No, I don't blame him at all. But I don't support the military part. So there are other ways. For example, Onanuga told us that Trump has supported this particular government in purchasing arms. Now he should first of all put an embargo so that they can't purchase arms anymore. That's the first thing they should do.
You don't want our government to be able to purchase arms?
What are they doing with the arms?
So you want us to remain defenseless?
What are they doing with the arms?
All right, Philip, let me come to you. I think I'm not very much at peace with our government being banned from being able to purchase arms.
But until we know what they are doing with the arms,
terrorists will take over our country.
You see, we have to approach this issue, with a thorough diplomatic approach. Like
what Peter B
said that it had to be a diplomatic approach. America has said that they didn't say they are moving to Nigeria. That if the government do not act in reasonable time, this is what they will take it upon themselves, not to change the government, but to help flush out this criminal element by way of military attack. And this, with the main statement, we have started seeing result. We read that Czech Republic and others have started closing their border because the criminal element are trying to flee from the American statement. Not America had moved in. So we should be diplomatic. We shouldn't be attacking America for even giving us a hope. Because with the main statement America made, there's hope. The government that refused to do the needful, they begin to sit up. Onanuga will tell us before now that there's no insecurity anywhere, everything has been taken care of. But now, he is saying the government is doing everything possible to ensure that this thing is dealt with. Are you getting me? So the issue here is whether America's statement has a positive impact in the life of Nigeria from the time they made the statement.
Just about 3 days ago, what has happened?
If the answer is in the affirmative, they should be encouraged. But we must understand the statement clearly. The statement do not say that they are going to invade Nigeria.
It gives the Nigeria the opportunity to perform.
Apart from performing that, if they fail to perform, they will come after the terrorists. They didn't say they will come after the government. Of course, where the
terrorists lives among the people.
Where do they harbor?
Will they single out the terrorists? What I'm saying, let me take your mind back. Let me take your mind back. What I'm saying is that America as the
listen to me for 1 second. 1 second, I was on my feet. I was on my feet.
Okay.
So if you remember, there was America that was held hostage in the part of the north. America came into this country overnight.
Philip Wharton.
His name is Philip Wharton. And they rescued him. I remember without interfering with the affairs of Nigeria.
I think that was October. That was October 2020.
Do you remember?
That was one person.
So that is the same method they
scattered all over the country.
The point I'm making that
we will continue with this discussion when we'll come back.
How do they know where they are?
Philip, let's continue with this one. We'll come back. We'll tie it to the data Americans are relying on and all that. So we'll continue with this one. We'll come back. Please don't touch the dial. Thank you for hanging on. We want a sovereign nation. We want a safe sovereign nation. We want a democratic nation. We don't want to be a harbor of terrorists. Like Kingsley said, they live among us. We don't want terrorists to live among us. We'll be right back.